Hello class. Sorry I can't make it in today, but I would like to go ahead and start doing some parametric modeling with you guys in Autodesk Inventor. So go ahead and open up Autodesk Inventor on your desktops, on your PCs in the computer lab. And so go ahead and bring up Autodesk Inventor. When you're in Autodesk Inventor, go ahead and click the new part. And we started one of these yesterday, but go ahead and click another new part. All right, so now that we've got our new part going on, let's go ahead and sketch our geometry. We are going to sketch this quadrilateral in a new sketch using the line tool. Let's go ahead and do that real fast. In Inventor, we're going to go up to the top and start a new 2D sketch. We will click on the X and Y plane like we did yesterday. And once that plane opens up, we're going to sketch a quadrilateral, which is just a four-sided figure using a bunch of lines. So we're going to click on line. And we'll place 4 points. We'll click once, move our mouse, click again, move our mouse again, click a second time, click a third time, and then this last click, we want to meet at the endpoint of our first line. So that will give us a quadrilateral. We've got 4 sides on this shape. So we have sketched our geometry. Next, we're going to apply some geometric constraints and eventually some dimensional constraints. So let's go ahead and do some constraints here to make our nice little quadrilateral a rectangle. All right, so let's go down to Autodesk Inventor. Up here on the top, we are going to select the horizontal constraint on top. We'll click one horizontal line on top, one on the bottom. Sometimes it might already exist, and that's okay. We can just leave that there. Then we'll go to vertical constraint. We'll do the sides vertically, vertical and vertical. So again, we're going to put horizontals on the top and the bottom, and verticals on the left and the right side. All right. Next, we're going to apply some dimensional constraints, and we're going to go to the dimension tool, and we're going to apply 3 inches to the top and 1 inch to the side. So let's go back to Autodesk Inventor. We're going to use the dimension key and click on that. And we're going to click on the top line up here. Click on it and then click right above that. You can kind of see where that line is popping up. Click again. And we're just going to type in the number 3 and enter. That'll make that line 3 inches. All right, so you might have to scroll out. It might make it really big on you. So if you zoom out or click the front view, that'll help you out. Then we're still on dimension. We'll click on this left side line here. Click again, and the height should be 1 inch. So type 1 and press enter. So our sketch now is 3 inches long and 1 inch high. So this geometry that has been constrained is called a profile of an object. If you've ever been on Facebook or Instagram, you know what a profile picture is. It's a 2D illustration of your 3D face, typically. So this is a profile of our object. So next, we're going to change our view to the isometric view, which is the home view. And we're going to go ahead and finish our sketch as well. So we're going to go to isometric. We're going to go to a features environment. We're going to finish our sketch. And then we're going to extrude it. We're going to preview this extrusion. So we're going to go through all these different steps here. And then we can color it later. So let's go back to Inventor. We're going to go up to the top and click on the green check mark to finish our sketch. When we do that, it's automatically going to go to our home view. Let's just click home to zoom into our feature here. So now we're in isometric. We can see our shape, and we are going to go to extrude to make it 3D. So anything that we sketch, we can make it 3D by using the extrude button. It should automatically select our piece here to extrude it. If it does not, you may have to click it with your mouse, and it should pop up just like this. And I believe we want this to be 1 inch as well. Let me go back here and double check. It should be 1 inch of the distance. And that's good. So we'll leave it at 1 inch. If you need to change it, you could do 2 inches. You could do 23 inches. We just want to leave it at 1 inch for right now. And click OK. And there's your first 3D modeled rectangular prism. That's pretty cool. So let's continue on in this PowerPoint. We're going to go ahead and color it. We can change the color by clicking on this color picker tool up here. If we go up to the top, there's this little color wheel with a little blue icon next to it. If you click on that, that will bring up the color wheel. Now you can either click on just a single face and change that single face's color, or if you want to change the whole thing, click on an edge. It should highlight the entire thing in dotted lines, and we can color the whole thing whatever color we want. Alana, what color would you like? What's your favorite color? All right, we're going to go with brown here. So we've got a brown block. That will work. Thank you, Alana. All right, so we're going to go back here. So to summarize, the first step is to sketch your geometry. The second step is to constrain your geometry with geometric constraints and dimensional constraints. And the third step is to extrude. So 3 simple steps to make a 3D model. So part 2, let's do it again. This time we're going to make a new sketch on top of the surface that we've already done. All right, so we're going to do the sketch button again. And this time we're going to select one of our faces. Let's go back to Inventor. We will start another 2D sketch, so click on Start 2D Sketch. Click on the front rectangle of our rectangular prism here. So click on that. Then we're going to draw a line, and this line we need to start at the top. Make sure that it's on the top. There should be a little symbol. You might see it when it pops up here. There's a little symbol that pops up. We want that symbol to pop up. We want to go from the top. We want to cut it down, not exactly halfway. You don't want to be on the green dot. Maybe a little bit lower than that would be fine. And then click again. So you should have a line that goes from the top to the side. If you zoom in here, there should not be a gap between the side and your lines. So we don't want any gaps. Gaps would be bad in this case. All right, so there's our line. Next, we're going to apply some constraints. So we've sketched it. We're going to constrain our geometry. It should be 1/2 inch from the left side and 0.35 inches from the bottom. Let's go back to our dimensions. Inventor. We're going to click on the dimension constraint. So click on dimension up top. We're going to click on the left side of our part to the left endpoint of our line. So click on the endpoint of that line. Go up. Click one more time. And we're going to type in 0.5 for 1/2 inch. 0.5. Can you say 0.5, Alana? All right. So we're going to go from the bottom to the endpoint here, and we're going to do 0.35. Can you say 0.35? All right. Can't say it today. That's all right. There'll be 0.35 there. And enter. So again, you click dimension, click on the bottom line and the bottom endpoint, click one more time, and then type in 0.350. All right, then we're going to create our feature. We're going to do another extrusion. So we're going to have to finish our sketch and extrude. And this time we're going to choose the cut operation to cut through our part. Let's go back here. We're going to go to finish our sketch. Then go over to the left side, click on Start 2D Sketch up to the top left. Or no, sorry, we're going to go to Extrude actually. Go to Extrude in the top left. This time we're going to change our operation from join, or I believe it's join, would be creating new material. We're actually going to cut this time. So we're going to select the second option, and we should be able to select the top of this triangle. If you can't select it, you might have to go back and redo your sketch. And you can do that by going and right-clicking Sketch 2 and deleting it, and just making a new sketch and trying again. All right, so we're going to select this top triangle. It's going to cut all the way through. If we need a more cut, we could change our distance there. But we're going to go ahead and click OK. And that will cut through the top of our parts. That is what it looks like. So you can drag that around and check it out if you would like to. Just make sure you go back to Home View. All right, and finally, here's our summary again. Step 1, we make a new sketch plane somewhere on our solid model. Step 2, we sketch our geometry. Step 3, we constrain our geometry with geometric and dimensional constraints. And step 4, we create that feature. Let's see it one more time. This time we're going to create a whole feature. So this time we're going to rotate our view to the back of the cube. So let's click on the view queue up here. We're going to rotate. I'm going to click on this back corner back here, and it will rotate around to the back view. That's where we need to be. Then we're going to make a new sketch plane on the back, and we'll place a point. So let's go back to start a new 2D sketch. We're going to click on the back of our part this time. And up here, we're going to click on the point feature. So click on point, and we're just going to place one point somewhere on the back, close to the middle. Just click once, and that'll place a point. You want up. Okay, gotcha. This time we're going to use dimension, and we're going to dimension from the top of our block to the center point. We're going to make that 0.5. So type 0.5, enter. And from the left or right side, it's going to be in the middle, so it doesn't really matter. Click from the side to the middle point. Click one more time, and this will be 0.5 as well, 0.5 inches. And finish your sketch. So we placed our 0.5 dimensions on there. And this time, instead of going to extrude, we're going to select a hole. So we're going to click on the hole feature tab, and we're going to make a 0.75 inch deep hole, and it's going to go, it's going to be 0.5 across. So a ½ inch hole that goes 0.75 inches deep. So we should have already finished our sketch. We're going to go over here to the hole tool and click hole. And it should already select our center point. If it does not, you might have to click on the center point. We're going to change the termination from through all to distance. And our distance is going to be 0.75, and our diameter is 0.5, so a ½ inch wide hole. And click OK. And now you've got a hole through your part. All right, once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and save this. When you're in your documents, if you don't already have it, we're going to put a design and modeling folder in here. So I have a lot of different things in here. We're just going to do a new folder, so you can click on the new folder tab. Type in DM for design and modeling and enter. Then double click to go into your design and modeling folder, and we'll save this as practice part.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, save that as practice part. You can just press enter or press save, and it should be in there. All right, hopefully you guys can get through this tutorial. If you can't, we'll keep working on it tomorrow. Don't worry. And let's see if there's anything else on the PowerPoint. I think that pretty much is it. To sum it up, you create a sketch plane, you sketch your geometry, you constrain it, and then you create your feature, whether that be a hole or another extrusion. All right, and we'll talk about resizing things tomorrow, as long as I'm at school tomorrow. And you can read through those benefits on your own. And that's it for this this episode. So have a good day, class, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Adios.
Yeah.
What would you like to tell my class?